Tonight at 6, 2 teen boys killed. The tragic news overnight near the Pentagon, where police say they left the road as another teenager fights for their life at the hospital. Nearly 50 break-ins, cars targeted in one Maryland community. We're live with the toll these crimes are having on drivers after the sudden uptick in attempted thefts. D.C. sues drivers. The hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines racked up by just a few people behind the wheel. Could the city ever get any of this money back?
And today there were plenty of clouds around, but showers not so much. We'll show you the latest radar and talk about tonight's temperatures, all coming up.
And saving you cash, the money tips to stay financially fit and avoid problems managing your wallet. We're stretching your dollar.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Sunday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. We begin tonight with breaking news. Overnight, 2 teenage boys were killed in a crash near the Pentagon. Arlington police tell us that they rushed around 110 near the Washington Boulevard overpass around 11:20. This is near the Pentagon's north parking lot. They say a teenage driver was speeding in a sedan when they hit another car and then left the road, hitting a concrete barrier. Inside of that car, 2 teenage passengers died. The teen driver, right now, they're fighting for their life at the hospital. Stay with us on air and online as that story develops. Also happening overnight, new details, dozens of cars were broken into in just one Maryland community. The sudden uptick is unusual and police are searching for leads right now. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us from one of the hardest hit neighborhoods. Dave, what have you learned?
Well, Ben, what we can tell you is, according to police, roughly half of the car break-ins happened in this neighborhood overnight, including where we're standing, West Meat Drive. Police released a security camera picture that shows 2 people as they broke into one of the cars. A third suspect is said to be in a nearby car. Some were told wore headlamps as they went through neighborhoods and parking lots as they committed their crimes. Broken glass lines roads where we are as a reminder of what happened, as investigators are still looking for a motive.
They were breaking out windows, a lot of times not even checking to see if door handles are open. They're just breaking out windows, rummaging through. We even had some instances where there was money in plain view and it wasn't stolen.
Police said they also received similar reports from Prince George's County Police and Howard County Police. Laurel Police ask you to send them any video or pictures of cars getting broken into. Again, all of this happened overnight, and you can find a link where to send your pictures on the police department's Facebook page. We're live in Laurel, Maryland. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Concerning stuff there for drivers. Dave, thanks. All right, new details. Yet another person was arrested for a deadly shooting that happened last weekend in Montgomery Village. We've just learned 19-year-old Jordan Nyland Hungerford turned himself into police yesterday after Henry Krishan Gilbert of Clarksburg was found shot dead inside of a car last Saturday. 20-year-old Damari Howard Brown was arrested on Thursday in this case. Brown and Hungerford have been charged with first-degree murder and armed robbery. Time is 6:03. Switching it up, meteorologist Scott Sumner standing by. Yesterday was a busy one in the weather department with some watches and warnings with storms. Chance for some of them tonight, Scott.
Yeah, it looks ominous with our live camera there as you see the Capitol building and as we look out to the west towards Roslyn. But not much activity being seen outside. I'll show you the radar in just a second. 72 degrees. We have mostly cloudy skies outside right now, and we'll see those temperatures over the next several hours slide out of the 70s here in the district and hold into the 60s. Pretty much middle 60s all the way through the wee hours of the morning when you're getting up, maybe 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, getting yourselves ready for work or getting the kids ready for school to start a new work week or school week. Yeah, this is what we're looking at. Fairly mild conditions. Now here's our satellite radar over the last 3 hours. And notice there have been some showers moving along the I-95 corridor through the Beltway, but again, all of this has been fairly light. A couple more spotty showers out towards Garrett County and some of the higher elevations along I-68, but again, not much much in the way of any active weather, certainly not even close to what we had yesterday. All right, so you're planning it tonight. There is an opportunity still of seeing a few showers or rumbles of thunder across the board between 7 and 9 o'clock. And like I said, temperatures will dip out of the 70s and get into the 60s here. And what about the weather headlines? What can we expect moving forward into a new work week? Well, scattered showers tonight sets us up for a potential marginal severe day on Monday with some gusty winds out there. Still unsettled on Tuesday and near normal temperatures this entire week. Stick around as you always do for my 7-day forecast, and I'll have that coming up in about 10 minutes.
Present company included. We'll see you in a bit, Scott. All right, in Fairfax County, a crash in Springfield has prompted power outages after a telephone pole was hit just today. This is quite a problem for a few households into the evening. Old Keene Mill Road was closed between Byron Avenue and Hastings Street because of this crash. We're told 2 people suffered minor injuries. Dominion Energy right now is reporting 100 customers are without power. Meantime, drivers are encouraged to use alternative routes. In national news and a live look right now at the White House, they're coming out with sharp spending cuts in President Trump's 2026 budget plan. What's it going to do? Slash spending by $163 billion, with the exception the military. The Education Department's funding would be reduced by $12 billion, and the Department of Health and Human Services losing $33 billion. In addition, the plan shows a crackdown on diversity programs and initiatives that include addressing climate change. Developing story, we're learning more about the Army's plans for a military parade to celebrate its 250th birthday next month. The proposed celebration would also be the same day as President Trump's 79th birthday. He's pushed for this parade and now into his second term as well. DC News Now's Max Marcilla shares the new details about how it's being received.
Next month, we could see thousands of Army soldiers and tons of military equipment crossing the Arlington Memorial Bridge just behind us. It's drawing plenty of excitement for some and criticism, especially around the price tag. For years, President Trump has shared his desire to hold a military parade in the nation's capital, and it appears it could happen.
Any opportunity to support the military and those who have sacrificed and put their lives on the line for the safety and the freedom of the rest of this country, I think it's a great idea.
Tamara Ushinsky is an Army vet visiting D.C. from Texas, and she's hopeful the plans become a reality. According to new reporting by the Associated Press, the parade would consist of 6,600 soldiers, at least 150 military vehicles and 50 helicopters, and possibly a couple hundred civilians. But it'll come at a cost, likely tens of millions of dollars.
What a great way to save money.
That concern is extending to D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, who said this last month.
Yeah, military tanks on our streets would not be good. If military tanks were used, they should be accompanied with many millions of dollars to repair the roads.
DC News Now obtained a copy of the permit submitted to the National Park Service, and we know this would be the parade route, starting in the Pentagon parking lot, going across the Arlington Memorial Bridge, past the Lincoln Memorial, and then down Constitution Avenue.
We don't need to show off. This is America. People know that we're bad.
An Army spokesperson says the parade might become a part of the festival that's scheduled for June 14th, but as of now, it's unclear if it will actually happen. Reporting in Southwest Washington, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
Put a fine point on it in that last soundbite there. All right, thanks, Max. On the move, as Metro leaders meet to talk about public safety across the region's bus and rail system, transit officials praised crime dropping and renewed work with local agencies to help keep Metro safe. A meeting was just held this past week after Metro's CEO Randy Clark met with U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. This also comes after the Metro Transit Police Chief met with President Trump's anti-crime task force. Metro GM Randy Clark says a big part of the drop in crime is because of increased fare enforcement.
Had hundreds of people do fare evasion that have been arrested for outstanding warrants or had weapons. So all of those things are keeping people off the system that commit other crimes.
Randy Clark also said that they are looking into dedicated civilian fare enforcement efforts. That's where non-officers reportedly would engage with people trying to tailgate paying customers to jump those gates. He added those conversations are still in the early stages. All right, staying in the district, one of your top stories. The city's attorney general is suing 4 Virginia drivers and 1 Maryland driver. Why? He says they each owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in traffic fines at least hundreds of thousands collectively. Brian Schwab says the Maryland driver owes more than $187,000, which is the most owed for dangerous driving violations in D.C. All 5 drivers are reportedly responsible for a combined, get this, 3,500 traffic infractions, racking up a total of $425,000 in fines. Almost $500,000. The lawsuits were brought on under the STEER Act. That went into effect last year. It allows D.C. to crack down on dangerous out-of-town drivers. Speaking of traffic, we have an alert. In Virginia, the Woodrow Wilson Memorial Bridge will undergo maintenance, and drivers can expect some overnight delays in the near future. The bridge in Alexandria will be inspected for safety reasons and include raising the drawbridge there on 495, meaning some traffic stoppages. This work begins Thursday, May the 8th, 10 p.m. through Friday, May the 9th, or at least through Friday at 9 a.m. Celebrating culture in D.C. This was the scene outside of the Bolivian embassy yesterday. Hundreds of folks visiting to watch performances, eat some good food, learn about their culture. But they weren't the only embassy that opened their doors. The video on the left is from the Norwegian embassy. On the right, the Sri Lankan embassy. All of this was for the annual Around the World Embassy Tour. Dozens of countries take part in this bright, colorful, and yes, delicious in some cases event, including Thailand, Saudi Arabia, and the UK. Now, if you missed out, the European Union will be hosting their embassy open doors next Saturday. And if you're getting ready for Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, and not just for your margaritas, the Washington Regional Alcohol Authority program is offering sober ride discounts. You can get up to $15 off a one-time ride using Lyft. You got to be 21 or older. The discount is valid for new and current Lyft riders. It's available tomorrow from 4 p.m. until 4 a.m. Tuesday. Code will be released tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon. Coming up, we're helping you stretch your dollar. A top-selling author explains what's holding some women back from taking charge of their own family's finances. And caring for Montgomery County's aging community. In this week's MoCo Minute segment, we introduce you to a group helping older adults flourish. Time is 6:11. A live look at Roslyn. You're watching DC News Now this Sunday night. We appreciate you tuning in. Scott's coming back with your forecast. Plenty of ground to cover.